You know, in reading this Gospel of Matthew, it's late in coming. Matthew is the last of the Gospels here. So Matthew's Gospel comes late, maybe 90, year 90, 100, like that. And when the church of Matthew shaped this Gospel, they were familiar with Peter and how much Peter had been forgiven. And therefore, put Peter into asking this question becomes an enlightenment for the early church of Matthew. And Peter says, how often must I forgive? When I look back on my life and consider how much the Lord has forgiven me in my life, there is no way I can withhold forgiveness from anybody else. It doesn't matter whether they're right or wrong. Forgiveness sets me free. And when you reflect on your life and you wonder how much you have been forgiven in your life, how much the Lord has forgiven you in your life, and how much those around you who love you have forgiven you, there is no way you can withhold forgiveness. Besides, forgiveness withheld is a heavy burden. It eats up the person inside, and it becomes a load to carry. So when we come to Lent, therefore, in our effort to live a life of freedom in the Spirit, forgiveness becomes an important consideration. We've all carrying wounds. We've all been wounded somewhere in life. We live in a very human condition, and the whole commerce of life is very imperfect, and we're all carrying our wounds. But the only way we can be healed is to share the forgiveness we have received. It isn't like my forgiveness is exceedingly generous. My forgiveness is the forgiveness I have already received that I am now sharing with the other. The only way to understand this forgiveness is to be conscious of how much I myself have been forgiven. And the forgiveness I received so generously from God and maybe from many others is the forgiveness I must share with others. And that's a Lenten journey, and that's transforming in many ways, maybe, to walk in freedom and to generously share the forgiveness we have already received. Amen. We pause now for a moment of prayer.